What is going on today, guys? So today is going to be a video that I wasn't really expecting on making. The reason that I'm making it is because I had a video planned for today, but there was a little bit more research involved with that video than I originally expected. So today actually is going to be a video that was recommended to me on Skype. And actually, I'm going to leave my Skype down in the description below so you guys can come and chat with me on Skype if you have any ideas of videos that you want me to do. If you just want to chat, I always respond on Skype. To all of the thousands of you that watch my videos every day, go hit me up on Skype. I love talking to you guys on there. If you have any ideas, please leave them there. I would love to make videos that were thought up by the community. So today's video is actually going to be 3 video games that actually predicted the future. But by the word predicted, something happened in those video games. They're not always just going to be like, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. A lot of them are coincidences, but they're still really cool to watch. So we're actually just going to be jumping right into the video, guys. I hope that you all enjoy. Now, as all of you know, Fallout 3 was better than Fallout 4. It's kind of just what people are saying nowadays. Fallout 4, I believe, was kind of just a game that sold due to its name. It didn't sell due to its amazing graphics or its amazing storyline or anything like that. Fallout 3 did that a lot better than Fallout 4 did. Fallout 4 still has a lot of following, but Fallout 3 in 99% of people's minds was better than Fallout 4. Now in Fallout 3, something really interesting happened. If you've never played a Fallout game before, there's a lot of depth into these games. But in Fallout 3, you actually have a radio that transmits different stations, and there's a few different stations that have Morse code that will actually get forced through them that you can listen to, kind of just to give people a little bit more of an eerie feeling. That's kind of a good Fallout feeling to me, is Morse code. Now, these Morse codes are kind of trying to just fill the backstory in Fallout, but the interesting thing that happens was they were actually predicting things that were going to happen. One of them was actually Britney Spears winning an Oscar in 2023, and that's most likely not going to happen, but a couple of them that they did predict was the BP oil spill and also the death of Gary Coleman. Now, people started reaching out to Bethesda about this, trying to say, hey, what's going on here? Because there are conspiracy theorists out there that just flock to this stuff. And I consider myself a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not one of those like tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists. I like just the stories behind them. It's kind of interesting to me. And when people were reaching out to Bethesda about this, Bethesda completely denied it. But while it lasted, people really thought it was interesting, and you can listen to them yourself. They're actually kind of cool if you actually know Morse code or you try to like break it down a little bit. The next one is Madden. Now, I'm not talking about a specific Madden game, but a lot of you that have been watching me for a while might not know that I'm actually a really big Madden fanatic. I really enjoy playing Madden games. That's American football for you guys that are overseas that don't know anything about the Madden games, because I know the FIFA games are like all the rage right now. But every year, Madden actually runs a simulation to the Super Bowl to kind of give their own little feedback of what they believe the future is going to hold for a Super Bowl, to show that their engines that they're running on and to show that their software is actually quite accurate. Madden actually updates a couple times a week to actually give players their accurate feedback of what they did that week in football, American football. So they actually run these simulations to try to predict what the Super Bowl is going to actually look like that year. And you might be saying to yourself, oh great, they've predicted the Super Bowl before. They've actually predicted 8 out of 10 Super Bowls. Now that's not perfect, but because they are so accurate, 80% is actually really accurate for predicting something in the future that has to do with random chance like football does. So much so that people actually flock to Madden and that type of engine to be able to predict that Super Bowl so that they can throw bets out. People really count on Madden and that type of engine to be able to predict this for them to make money. 8 out of 10 Super Bowls, Madden has predicted the winner. That's awesome. And the final one today, the third one we're going to talk about, is Deus Ex. Now, the Deus Ex that was released in 2000, not the recent one, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. But in 2000, if you look at the skyline in that game, it's in New York, you can see the absence of the Twin Towers. Now, the Twin Towers were knocked down in 2001, a whole year after the game was actually created. Now, after people actually reached out to the creators of Deus Ex about this, they said that it was kind of a technical limitation. They weren't able to put them in there. But in the story of the game, which is kind of interesting, it is written that the Twin Towers were actually destroyed by a terrorist attack. Now, this one is one of the most interesting ones that people really look into a lot. Of course, I'm not one of those tinfoil wearing hat conspiracy theorists or anything like that, but because they said the Twin Towers were destroyed by terrorists an entire year before the actual Twin Towers were knocked down by terrorists, it puts people in an uproar. And this is one of the most sought after conspiracy theories when it comes to video games predicting the future that there is. There's a lot of different forums about it. You can look at some websites about it, but of course it's a technical limitation that the game wasn't able to put into it. That's kind of what they said, but when it comes to the actual storyline, they told us that it was destroyed by terrorists, which I find extremely interesting. So let me know what you guys think about these three in the comments down below. Also, again, look at the Skype in the description. Come follow me on Skype. I love talking to you guys over there. I just love holding conversations with you. Or if you have some ideas, that would be great as well. So I hope you liked the video today, guys. I hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you guys later.